Let me ask you something. Your IT budget is exactly on forecast. Margins are tightening. But what are you missing? Flat spend feels like control. It isn't. Flat spend hides decay. Most margin compression in technology doesn't come from overspending. It comes from decisions no one went back and challenged. When the number looks stable, leadership relaxes. That's why capital efficiency starts eroding. And if you don't see it in variance, you see it in operating leverage. A lot of teams treat IT like a utility. That if the line is flat, everything must be fine. But stability in spend is not the same as stability in decision quality. Costs can stay level, while complexity expands. More vendors, more integrations, more renewal exposure. Nothing spikes, so nothing gets questioned. The forecast looks steady. The economics are shifting underneath it, though. I've approved these decisions, and I've defended them when the pressure arrived. So I'm not describing theory here. I'm describing drift. And there are 3 patterns behind this. The first is the ownership drift. A SaaS seat is added for speed, a cloud instance expanded for performance, a regional tool approved for just one business unit. Each one makes sense in isolation. None of them feel material at the time. But each one introduces integration cost, security exposure, renewal liability, the list goes on. No single decision compresses margin. Accumulation does. Second, efficiency without redeployment. So an AI tool can save, let's say, 10 hours a week. That sounds like productivity, right? But if no one explicitly decides where those hours go, the savings doesn't exist. Headcount stays. Revenue doesn't change. Output doesn't materially shift. The cost structure remains. The margin tightens. Technology only creates value when time is redeployed intentionally. Without redeployment, all you've done is fund activity, not performance. So pause for a second. Where did the time go? If no one can answer that clearly, the ROI is just theoretical. And the third is scale without reevaluation. One solution may work at 50 seats. It doesn't work the same at 500. But because the numbers didn't spike, no one revisits the justification. What made sense at one scale becomes inefficient at another. Decisions outlive their reasoning. Capital efficiency erodes quietly. And this is why renewal season always feels so uncomfortable. Not because the invoice shocked you, but because no one can clearly explain why it exists in the first place. Finance asks, what changed? Usage looks stable, headcount is steady, variance is minimal, but operating leverage deteriorated. Complexity expanded. Vendor footprint widened. You're defending drift, not design. That's where margin compression begins. Quietly. Stable budgets feel safe. But safety in technology doesn't come from flat numbers. It comes from explicit ownership. If complexity rises and ownership does not, capital efficiency declines. That distinction matters.